Hey everybody, and welcome to another Full Nova Zero Indie Spotlight review. Today I'm going to be reviewing FEZ from Polytron, available on Xbox Live Arcade. It seems like this has been a long time coming for FEZ, and really has been. The game was originally announced back in 2008, wowing us with its unique 2D, 3D shifting gameplay, but the developers obviously felt like there was a lot more work that needed to be done to bring the game up to par. All that long anticipation is really a lot to live up to, but FEZ really pulls it off, and somehow manages to keep the original idea as fresh as the first time we saw it demoed. In this game you control Gomez, who is a 2D man in a 2D world where legends of the third dimension are dismissed as ridiculous. Before long though, you gain a magical FEZ, and now you're able to rotate the world on its vertical axis. This mechanic is crucial to advancing through all the levels in the game and often gets used in really clever ways. There's one thing I can say though, it's this: you need to come for the exploration. Exploration is just a huge factor in FEZ. For every door that you open to another world, there's 3 more waiting behind it. Many times I'd go to a new landscape only to enter another door seconds later. Ultimately, the goal of the game is to grab 32 cubes to repair the universe or something. To be honest, it was a little unclear on what exactly you were supposed to be doing ultimately, but I kind of got the gist of it. If you're a little bit focused on the task at hand and explore greatly, you'll find 32 cubes in no time. The sense of exploration and collecting all the stuff is one of the main things that I enjoyed about this game, and it's one of the reasons I keep replaying games like Banjo-Kazooie every few years. Collecting pieces and exploring new levels just works for me as a gameplay device every single time. You'll notice pretty quickly that the game has no combat to speak of, and that's fine. It's really an encouragement to slow your pace way down and consider everything that's around you. You could definitely call this game meta, because literally every single level is packed with deeper puzzles and clues to be solved. I spent some time on some of the harder, more Myst-like puzzles, and it was extremely rewarding when I did solve them, but it was quite a bit of work to get to that point. For these puzzles, you literally need to whip out a pen and paper and start jotting notes down. I recently did a quick synopsis of some of the game's clues and where they were going on FullNovaZero.com, and it's quickly becoming one of the most popular articles I've ever written. But not every game is without its faults. One of my criticisms was the lack of cohesiveness in this game. All that exploration needs to be kept in check somehow at the end of the day, and heck, even Super Mario World collected all its levels into worlds. And there's really just nothing like that here. Everything's so spread out. There's similar themes to many of the levels, and they feel like they're about the same, but since there's so many random pathways and secret warp gates and unseen passages, just generally a lot of going back and forth through doorways, things get pretty crazy really fast. I was also disappointed by the lack of set-piece levels that could have really brought a lot more depth to the 3D rotation gameplay, and as it is, I only counted one level that actually shook things up a bit by limiting your ability to rotate. Something like a constantly scrolling level like you'd find in Mario, maybe forcing you to rotate at certain places, would have really brought that extra kick to the concept. But I digress. I suppose the real disappointment was the utter lack of difficulty in this game. And sure, the meta puzzles are great for those obsessed with finding all the details and solving all the clues, but they have really no bearing on you beating the regular game. I say regular game because they are required to solve if you want to get that alternate ending, which at this point I'm not even really interested in. The storyline really wasn't that interesting to begin with. Also, the occasional black holes that appear don't really pose much of a threat that I found. I could easily swing right past them, and to be honest, they were kind of a rare sight. But don't let any of that keep you from getting this game. This is such a wonderful, polished, intricate game that I think it may become the sleeper hit of the year. And it will be a must-play for any indie game fan. If you don't have an Xbox, you really better ask your best friend if you can borrow his, because this game is worth it. That's it for this review, guys, and thanks a lot for watching. As always, you can subscribe to my feed for more indie game videos as well as other gameplay videos, and don't forget to visit my website at FullNovaZero.com for some hints at FEZ's secrets. Have a good one, guys.